Hi everybody, how are you? Today, my story is written by Janet and Alan Allberg and the title is Burglar Bill. I hope you enjoy it. Burglar Bill lives all by himself in a tall house full of stolen property. Every night he has stolen fish and chips and a stolen cup of tea for his supper. Then he swings a big black sack over his shoulder and he goes out stealing things. Every morning, Burglar Bill comes home from work and has stolen toast and marmalade and a stolen cup of coffee for his breakfast. Then he goes upstairs and sleeps in a big, comfortable, stolen bed. One night, Burglar Bill is working in the street behind the police station. When he comes to the first house, he climbs through the bathroom window and shines his torch around. "Ooh, that's a nice toothbrush," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And he puts it in his sack. Then he comes to the second house. He climbs through the window of the kitchen. He shines his torch around. "Oh, that's a nice tin of beans," he says. "I'll have that." And he puts it in his sack. Then he comes to the third house and he climbs through the bedroom window. He shines his torch around and there he sees, "Oh, that's a nice hat coat. Trousers, socks and shoes. I'll have them," he says, and he puts them in his sack. When he comes to the 16th house, he stops and there on the front step is a small brown box with holes in it. "That's a nice brown box with holes in it," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And in the distance, the town hall clock strikes 5. "Time to stop work," says Burglar Bill. And he swings the sack over his shoulder and picks up the box and goes home for his breakfast. After breakfast, Burglar Bill plays with his cat. By the fire, suddenly he hears a nee-naw sound coming from the box. "Sounds like a police car," says Burglar Bill. But the noise is coming and it's getting louder and louder. "Sounds like 2 police cars," says Burglar Bill, and he creeps up to the box and raises the lid. "Blow me down," says Burglar Bill. "It ain't no police, it's a baby." Burglar Bill puts the baby on the table. "What are you doing in that box, baby?" he says, but the baby only keeps crying. "All alone," said Burglar Bill, and he pats the baby's little hand. "An orphan." But the baby only keeps on crying. Then Burglar Bill says, "I know what you want. You want some grub." Burglar Bill gives the baby an apple, but the baby still cries. He gives the slice of toast and marmalade to the baby, but the baby still goes on crying. He gives a plate of beans and a cup of tea to the baby. The baby eats the beans and throws the cup of tea on the floor and starts to laugh. "That's better," said Burglar Bill. "I likes a few beans myself." Burglar Bill sits by the fire and wonders what to do. The baby's crying again. He gives the baby a football to play with. The baby throws the football at the cat and keeps on crying. He gives the baby a book to look at. The baby bites holes in the book and throws the book on the floor and keeps on crying. He sings a song and plays the piano to the baby, and the baby cries louder than ever. Burglar Bill falls off the piano stool and bangs his nose on the floor. The baby laughs and shouts, "Again!" "Again?" said Burglar Bill. He rubs his nose. "I didn't want to do it the first time." Burglar Bill bounces bounces the baby on his knee. "So you can talk," he says. "Say, Burglar Bill." "Burglar Bill," says the baby. "Say, Peter picked a peck of pickled pepper," said Burglar Bill. "Burglar Bill," says the baby. Suddenly, Burglar Bill feels his knee getting wet and he smells a smell. "Oh, pooh," he says. "I know what you want." "Pooh," says the baby. Burglar Bill changes the baby's nappy. He doesn't have another one, so he uses an old bath towel instead. "So, for he's a jolly good fellow for changing my nappy," says Burglar Bill. Burglar Bill plays with the baby and shows it around the house. He feeds it again and he changes his nappy and he washes his clothes and he hangs them on the line in the kitchen. When the night time comes, he takes the baby for a walk in the park. "Say, run for it if you see anyone," says Burglar Bill. "Run for it," says the baby. At 12 o'clock, Burglar Bill comes home and puts the baby in bed and goes to bed himself. And soon he's snoring softly and dreaming of his childhood days. Suddenly he wakes up. Downstairs there's a noise. It's a noise that Burglar Bill has heard before. It's a noise of someone climbing through the window. "Blow me down," says Burglar Bill. "I've been burgled." Burglar Bill creeps to the top of the stairs and down below a torch is shining and a voice is saying, "That's a nice umbrella, I'll have that." Burglar Bill creeps down the stairs. He hears a voice say, "That's a nice tin of beans, I'll have that." Burglar Bill creeps along the hall and into the kitchen and the voice says, "That's a nice date walnut cake with buttercream filling and icing on the top, I'll have that." Burglar Bill puts on the light. There, with a black mask over her eyes and her hand in the bread bin, stands a lady. "Who are you?" said Burglar Bill. "Oh, I'm Burglar Betty," says the lady. "Who are you?" Burglar Bill puts on his own mask. "Oh," says Burglar Betty, "I know you. You're Burglar Bill. I've seen your picture in the Police Gazette." Then she says, "Look here, I'm ever so sorry for breaking in like this. If I'd known—" "Oh, don't mention it," said Burglar Bill. He holds out his hand. "Pleased to meet ya." "Oh, likewise, I'm sure," Burglar Betty says. Burglar Bill makes a jug of cocoa and opens up a packet of ginger biscuits. The two burglars sit round the table. "You married, Bill?" says Burglar Betty. "Nah," says Burglar Bill. "The right woman never came along." He offers the biscuits to Burglar Betty. She takes one and dips it in her cocoa. Only, I just wondered," she says, "seeing all these baby things." "Oh, I got's a baby," says Burglar Bill. "I found it on a doorstep in a box." "In a box?" says Burglar Betty. "That's right," said Burglar Bill. "A big brown box with holes in it." "A big brown box with holes in it?" said Burglar Betty. "That's right," said Burglar Bill. "Well, blow me down," says Burglar Betty. "That baby's mine." The two burglars hurry upstairs to the baby's room. "That's him," says Burglar Betty. She swings the baby in the air. "You see, he's got a birthmark on his leg and he's in his own clothes as well. Them's what his grandma knitted him." Back in the kitchen, Burglar Bill makes a fresh cup of cocoa and opens a packet of arrowroot biscuits. Meanwhile, Burglar Betty tells him how she'd lost her baby. "You see, I just left him on the doorstep for a minute while I was burgling this house, and when I came out he'd gone and I thought the police had got him. I only thought it was going to be there for a little while? I only thought it was a useful sort of box myself, says Burglar Bill. I never knowed there was a baby in it until I got home. Burglar Betty gets ready to leave. I suppose your husband's glad to get you home, says Burglar Bill. No, he won't, said Burglar Betty. I ain't got no husband. She dabs a little hanky to eye. You sees, I'm a widow lady. Burglar Bill walks through the town with Burglar Betty and the baby. You know, Betty, he says, getting burgled like that gave me a fright. I knows what you mean, said Burglar Betty. Losing my baby like that gave me a fright. I can see the error of me ways, said Burglar Bill. I've been a bad man. Me too, said Burglar Betty. I've been a bad woman. I've been a terrible woman. Just then, the baby starts to cry. Shh, said Burglar Betty. You'll have the police after us. Burglar Bill looks over his shoulder. From now on, I'm going to lead a honest life, he says. And all them things I've pinched. All them things I've pinched. All them things we've pinched, said Burglar Bill. Yours and mine, we're going to give 'em back. So Burglar Bill stops being a burglar, and after some time he starts working as a bread van in a local bakery. Burglar Betty stops being a burglar as well. When spring comes, she sells her house and gives the money to the Police Benevolent Fund. Then she marries Burglar Bill. And outside the church, Bill stands with the baby in his arms saying, Say Bakery Bill, he says. Bakery Bill, says the baby. Say, for he's a jolly good fellow for marrying my mum, says Bill. Say, for he's a jolly good fella, she's a jolly good fella for marrying him, says Betty. And in the distance, the town hall clock strikes 4, and Bill and Betty and the baby leave the church. They walk down the street behind the police station and go home for their tea. I hope you enjoyed that story. See you again soon.